Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, hims, thems, she's, hers, thems, theys, all of y'all. Welcome to Uncivilized episode 11. Thank y'all for being here. For those that have been here a while, been checking me out, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. For those that check in and check out, salutes. I appreciate you coming and taking a look, walking through the door. You can hit the subscribe and like yourself. Um, We're back. We did the Surviving El Chapo episode 2 for season 2 this morning. Uh, Wanted to be back sooner. Again, took a little longer to upload the edited, clean edit version of the Surviving El Chapo. And sometimes things happen, life, auditions, all kind of shit goes on. But I'm here. I'm looking to react to some more today. Bit of housekeeping. We got $2 TTS and $5 media. So you can donate $2 and have a comment come across the screen. It'll look like this.
Big Baller sent $1,000. I am the man.
Or you can send $5 with a link, and it will send me the link. It'll play the video, the YouTube video that you'd like for me to react to, and I can react to it right there on the spot. What else? Again, please hit the subscribe, hit the like button. I'm trying to pump out as many reactions as I can every week. And let's kick it off. I saw a short of this lady that walked into a police station recently and just started blamming up the joint. It was pretty crazy to see. It was pretty crazy to see. So let's give it a look right here, right now. So there's no audio here. As you see, there's no audio yet. The audio kicks in eventually. As you can see, she walks in with the hammer to her head. Okay? So she's clearly out the gate off her rocker. All right. Walks up to the windows with the hammer to her head and starts banging on the windows. She wants service, and she wants it when she wants it, and that means right now. Bam, bam, bam with the hammer. Bam, bam, bam. She's hella persistent. Hold on, we gotta count it. We doing this Stone Cold Steve Austin style. She did it with her hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And no service yet. Here we go again. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And bye-bye. Now she's busting. so 26 smashes to the glass with the hammer and like 2-3 shots at that glass. Now, luckily in this police station, that is bulletproof glass. Otherwise, it's a wrap. Now, is it really bulletproof? I mean, that didn't shatter. You see it hit right there. So I'm sure it's set up like a currency exchange. You know, thick glass on this side here, on the teller side where the people talk. She's just busting at her free will. Bow, bow. Oh, she got figured out. Oh, wait, there you go. Yeah, stop and my mama will shoot. She's wildin'. Oh, still gets no service. Oh, she's getting hot. Takes her stuff off. Oh, puts the hammer down. Puts the hammer down and can't see around the door. That was their moment. I don't know if they'd have made it. She'd have probably heard him. Oh, she's smoking a cigarette. She's not going to let that cigarette out. She's not going to turn that out. That's part of the whole play here. She's hot. Did she bust again right there? Picked it up. Nope. So she's gonna sit down and smoke her square. She's wilding. Oh, she got it to her head now. She gonna burn herself. She let it off a couple times already. Oh, she's pointing it at whoever's behind the glass right here on the wall. She got it back to her dome. Yeah, meltdown. Complete meltdown. Now, if old dementia man that set the building on fire was 91 years old, and even though he had dementia, he was still fair game to lock up, well, she's all the fair game in the world right now. She got all kind of charges. That door looks cracked open, too. Oh, no, that's them cracking it. Okay. They're not even in front of the window. They're hiding behind the frame. I don't know how much that frame going to hold up. Who knows what she's complaining about. Could be anything.
There's already guys with it.
Oh!
Do not move, Brian.
They poked out of that door. She let them have it.
There's already guys with it.
Brian, do not move. Do not move, Brian. Are these windows bulletproof?
Shots fired.
Are these windows bulletproof?
We got 2 cars going off to the front of the...
See, I don't understand what that was. I don't know if it's something off about the audio. It's probably that. It's probably the audio catching up. It caught her shooting from the seat. It caught the audio is fine, but then when she stands up without a hammer, you hear 2 shots. So it's probably the audio's off on their recording.
These windows bulletproof?
Shots.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't have trusted that door. I don't know if you had much choice. I don't know if there was any other way to get out there. Probably not.
We got 2 cars going off.
Brian, do not move. Do not move, Brian. Are these windows bulletproof?
Shots fired.
Stop it. My mom will shoot.
We got 2 cars going off to the front of the...
Sit your ass down.
That's her right here, right? Laptop, yep.
Get down! Get down on the ground!
No, she want to go to the bathroom.
Nope, she just went back.
Oh, I thought she was going to the
Get
bathroom.
down on the ground!
Okay, she just went to the right.
I have the gun in her hand right now.
Piece of work.
Brian. Okay, go.
Nope, tased her. Now, call me what you want. But did they have the mercy of not gunning her down because she looks like their auntie and their mama? Well, she lost her chancla.
Yep.
That's a problem.
Bristol, get a 17.
There's already guys with it. We got 2 cars going off.
Brian, do not move. Do not move, Brian. Are these windows bulletproof?
Shots fired.
Probably should have known that
We got 2
before this
cars going
happened.
off to the front of the...
Oh, he's busting at her. So he was testing to see if they bulletproof. She already tested them for you, Papa. So when she went and she stood up like this with her hands up, he took 2 shots at her. That's where those shots came from. That I didn't know where they came from.
That's her right here, right?
Yeah, that's her. Who else is going to be?
Get down! Get down on the ground!
Nope, she just went back.
Get down on the ground!
Okay, she just went to the right.
I have the gun in her hand right now.
Brian. Okay, go.
Damn, way longer hallway than I thought. I thought they was right behind that door. Wait a minute, I'm confused. Hold the phone. Is this camera shot flipped?
Everyone good? Yep. Good.
Or did they come out of another
Bristol,
door?
get a 17.
So that's a secondary door. Let me see this.
Your hand right now.
Okay, that's right. They came in. So she's busting at that door that we're looking right at.
There's already guys with it.
She's busting at
One
that
person, we
door.
got cars going on.
Brian, do not move. Do not move, Brian. Are these windows bulletproof?
Shots fired.
Are these windows
She
bulletproof?
steps up and he takes 2 shots at her. She don't know where it came from.
You got it, guys. That's her right here, right? Laptop, yep.
Get down. Get down on the ground.
You see her, Spence? Nope, she just went back.
Get down on the ground.
Okay, she just went to the right.
I have the gun in her hand right now.
Brian. Okay, go, 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 go.
Okay, 3 of them came out of one side. And the rest of them came out of here. So he took 2 shots at her from a long way off, though.
Everyone good? Yep.
As soon as he laid eyes on her.
Do not move, Brian. Are these windows bulletproof?
Right
Shots
here.
fired.
Are these windows bulletproof?
We got 2 cars going on to the front of the...
Scared the shit out of everybody.
You got it, that's her right here, right?
Yeah.
Laptop, yep.
But y'all ran a long way. Camera probably makes it look
Get
longer.
down on the ground.
You see her, Spence? Nope, she just went back.
Get down on the ground.
Okay, she just went to the right.
I have the gun in her hand right now.
Brian. Okay, go, 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 go.
How you just taking shots down that hallway, though? Officer, you wildin'. I didn't hear him say he was gonna engage, none of that shit.
Everyone good?
Yep, good.
Bristol, get a 17.
They had mercy on her, because they had every reason to let her have it. She was literally trying to air them out. She was on a mission right there. I wonder what her sentence was. Let me see if I could find, or what her charges were. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see if we get this full story.
Eventually tackled by officers on the... A Connecticut woman is now charged with
Connecticut.
attempted murder after she
Yeah,
marched
that's what she
into
was
a
trying to
police
do.
station armed with a handgun and opened fire multiple times. All this before she lit up a cigarette, began screaming, and was eventually tackled by officers on the scene. The entire incident captured on the department's surveillance video and body camera recordings from first responders on the scene.
You see her, Spence? Nope, she just went back.
Get down on the ground.
At about 11:30 p.m. on October 5th, security video captures a woman
Long
entering
day.
the Bristol, Connecticut
Bang,
Police
bang,
Department.
bang.
She was later identified as 51-year-old Suzanne
Boy, they put a knot on her melon. Forehead leaning.
LaPrise. Almost immediately, LaPrise flashes a handgun as she begins banging on the windows at the front desk. First, LaPrise uses her hands, but later slams the gun into the window. After pacing around the lobby, she returns back to the front desk windows, again banging on the glass with the weapon. Then she walks over to a nearby door and fires a shot through the glass.
Yeah, that's
Video
some
then
real
captures
bulletproof
LaPrise
glass if
turn
it didn't go
around
through
and
there.
again face the front desk window. She steps
Some
back and
legit
points the handgun
thin-
forward. After that, she fires a shot into the window. Security camera video captures a flash of light as the bullet leaves the gun. Another angle shows the same moments as LaPrise fires at the front desk before setting off another round into the ceiling. Meanwhile, body camera video from officers on the scene captures the same moments.
There's already guys with it.
Do not move, Brian. Are these windows bulletproof?
He let two shots off down a long
After
hallway.
firing
They
several
didn't show that.
shots, LaPrise backs away from the front desk, placing her bag on one set of chairs and her gun on another. She rips off her sweatshirt and throws that down as she seemingly begins smoking a cigarette.
That's a crash out.
Then she takes the seat in the chairs on the other side of the room, still holding the gun in her hands. As she's seated, officers approach the door to the lobby. Video shows the door slightly open before LaPrise opens fire again. After that, LaPrise stands up from the chair and begins banging her hands on the walls. Body camera video from first responders shows officers monitor the situation.
That's her right here, right? Laptop, yep.
Get down. Get down on the ground.
Oh, show it.
You see her, Spence? Nope, she just went back.
Get by the bathroom. Get down on the ground.
He
Okay,
already
she just
busted.
went to the right.
I have the gun in her hand right now.
They never showed that part.
Security video shows officers rush into the lobby and tackle LaPrise to the ground. According to a release, the officers used an electronic device weapon to take LaPrise into custody. Body camera video captures the same moments.
Brian. Okay, go, 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 go.
Now she's screaming. We've reached the it was rage earlier. Now it's the sympathy stage.
Everyone good?
Yep, good.
Bristol, get a 17.
Officials say that none of LaPrise's shots made it through the bulletproof glass at the police department.
That's a
Before she
solid
was
door
taken
right
into
there,
custody,
boy.
A Bristol police officer fired 2 shots in her direction as well, but they too were stopped by the bulletproof glass. LaPrise now faces 9 charges, including attempted murder, reckless endangerment, and breach of peace.
Your pop,
She's
you
being
hate that?
held on $1 million bond and is due back in court on October 17th.
You
Reporting
are
for Long
pops.
Crime Network, I'm Sierra.
Let's see what this little 9-year-old's doing. Now he was talking crazy.
Stand up for me, bud.
What you mean no?
So you calm down. This is the road. He can do that because he's on the road. Just calm me down for a second.
Chill. Stop it.
He's charging with assault. He's gonna break his leg.
Stop it. Sit up.
I'll break his little 9-year-old leg.
Outrage in
What are you talking about?
Central Florida after body cam footage shows police handcuffing a 9-year-old student for 13 minutes inside of his own classroom. The incident happened on February 2nd of this year at an elementary school in Oviedo, Florida. According to the incident report, 2 Oviedo police officers were called to Stenstrom Elementary School in response to an unruly child.
So we call the police for unruly children?
Of
course we do.
This is why I can't be an SRO.
Here on Officer Yashira Moncada's body cam, you can see the child throwing paper and books that have been scattered across the floor as
Where's
staff
Mama
members
at?
attempt to calm the child down. Officer Moncada then tries to approach the student to try to de-escalate the situation, but the officer is met with fists and profanity from the 9-year-old.
Oh, you want to throw stuff though, right? That's okay. I get that a lot.
I'm
Doesn't hurt
sure.
my feelings.
I'm sure.
Introducing the next generation of pepper spray. Meet Palm,
The
a
next
new
generation
maximum
of
strength
pepper
self-defense for carrying the unit in your safety. Terry Rain Performance.
Staff members
Learn more at palmpepperspray.com.
Staff members hold a blue punching bag as the student continues to lash out, this time by kicking the teacher. Next, Officer Scott Mosley responds to the classroom, while the student continues to throw items across the room, including a wet floor sign. Moments later, Officer Mosley handcuffs the student, which according to the incident report, the officer did so out of concern for others in the room.
Stand up, so you come down. This
is your future,
He
shorty.
can do that because he's on the road.
If you don't learn how to
Calm me
act,
down for a second.
On Officer Mosley's body cam, you can see the child repeatedly kick the
It's your
officers
presence.
while they attempt
You're
to
present
restrain him.
right now.
Once in cuffs, the student continues to scream profanities.
that cop wants to snap that
Sit
little
up.
wing.
Chill. Chill.
Just relax. And
Shorty's having a bad day.
You need to chill.
He's 9 years old. Now, you could say a lot about this. You could say, yeah, parenting, of course. Little Timmy cussing his mama out. What's the difference? If you're going to cuss your mama out, you're going to cuss the teachers out. If you're going to cuss the teachers out, you're going to cuss the police out. You know what I'm saying? Cool, whatever. Something gotta be dealt with though on a professional level with a lot of kids from a lot of places and a lot of police all at the same time. Like, everybody got their thing, man. So, you know, I knew a dude that was just you know, he had his manic episodes and the police weren't the answer. You know what I'm saying? A professional that could have dealt with him on a human level and you know, talked to him from a place that he can relate probably would have saved his life, but that wasn't the mandate of the police. The police took his life. You know what I'm saying? So they need to have every school. That's the thing. All this money getting thrown to all these other places while these schools don't have nobody that can deal with this type of shit. And be a professional at it. This cop know how to snap limbs and hogtie people. You know what I'm saying? And the kid don't know no better either. The kid's just a loud Timmy. So, but it's just there's no just like all these people with all these mental illnesses and all of these things just roaming the streets. There's nowhere for us to take care of them. But it's not like there's no money. There's people here. There's no money. Nah. It's just that money's in pockets that you can't even reach. So I know what you're defending them for.
Boy stuff, we can take the handcuffs.
Shorty's a pro.
I'm not gonna do that.
According to the police report, the handcuffs were dangled loosely around the child's wrists, but didn't allow the hands out. The child can be seen making efforts to free himself from the cuffs. Officer Mosley is seen holding the child's arms and wrote in the incident report he adjusted the cuffs higher on the student's arms so he could not injure himself trying
Is
to
Shorty
get out.
like that every day, or is Shorty having a bad day? Who knows what he saw at home yesterday?
Meanwhile, Officer Mancado...
Or he just a spoiled ass Timmy. You know what I'm saying? And don't have no excuse. There's some kids that ain't got no excuse. There's some kids that got plenty of excuses, bro.
is heard trying to get the child to cool down.
You're throwing things. You're putting everyone in this room in. You need to hear it.
He don't want to hear it.
It's okay. I get that a lot.
You used that one
Trying to figure
already.
out why you're so upset.
You used it already. The kid got better material than you. Stop.
Okay, I get that a lot. We're trying to figure out why you're so upset.
Stop pulling. Stop pulling. Stop kicking at my hand.
Just relax. If you relax, we can talk to you and you can take it off. That's why you're not going anywhere. You know, in another situation, you would be in very big trouble for hitting a police officer. Just letting you know, the older you
He
get,
knows he's 9.
it's going to be very harder for you to be big at these behaviors.
He knows he got about
You're
9
doing
years.
really good with Officer Tennant. She gives you stickers. She asks you how your day is, and then this is how you treat us. What, you can relax. We can take the cuffs off, but you're literally endangering everybody here by hitting everybody. And they don't come to work to get beat up.
I
They
wanted
come
to
to work
shut
to
up
keep you
too.
safe and teach you. That's fine.
A few minutes later, Officer Mancada continues to encourage the student to calm down so he can
snap
be let
Shorty's
go of
shoulders.
the cuffs.
You don't care, but you can go to jail for things like that. And I don't want to see you go to jail for things like that. Okay? You can get in trouble for hitting staff too. Okay, I've done it since pre-K. That's not nice.
Well, there you go. I've done it since pre-K. I have these outbursts whenever I feel like it since pre-K.
Things. Because the teachers are But why? They're only trying to teach you. Okay. But we want to get you off those cuffs. So you're trying to get off the cuffs. We can easily open them if you just comply and talk to everybody to see what's going on with you while you're having a rough morning. You're trying really hard to take those cuffs off, and we want to take it off. Trust me. We just want to make sure everybody's safe. So can you talk to us?
Next, the teacher is seen calmly speaking to the student, which seemingly calms him down, prompting Officer Mosley to release the student from the handcuffs.
You just ran out of wind. You ain't fixing it.
Thanks, bud.
Just ran out of wind.
Police say shortly after that, they were able to get the student to go to the guidance counselor's office. The child's parents are now suing the city and the police department. According to local reports, the parents of the student filed the lawsuit at the end of September against the two officers involved in the incident, citing the entire thing caused extreme harm and aggravated the child's existing behavioral condition. The lawyer for the family who filed the lawsuit also released a statement to local media outlets stating 9-year-old children should not be handcuffed by police officers at school, and the city of Oviedo failed to reach out to the family to make any effort to address the unfortunate situation.
Listen, man, they walked themselves into that one. What's the guidance counselor's job? You know what I'm saying? Is he the professional I'm talking about? Evidently. Probably. I don't know, man. Where's the money? The money ain't in the kids in America. The money ain't in the children. Hell no, not here. It's in the big boy pockets. They don't spend that shit on the kids. They don't spend that shit on the kids. Negative. See what else we working with. Get a couple of these in. Here we go. I'll take this one.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go.
Do the amazing.
Kill
Help
him.
save lives. Donate plasma today at CSL Plasma.
If you want to lay down, you can lay down.
Okay, but I can't with ADHD.
You can't sit down with ADHD?
No.
On June 17th, 2021, Officer...
Title is, Woman Nearly Kills a Man and Tries to Deny It.
If you want to lay down, you can lay down.
Okay, but I can't with ADHD.
You can't sit down with ADHD?
No.
On June 17th, 2021, officers were dispatched in reference to a hit-and-run crash. Upon arriving at the scene, the victim provided the suspect's description to the police and directed them to her house. Here's what happened next.
I would have went forward, but there was some lady walking. I was like, so I just took the hit.
Were you on the hospital or on the street?
No, I was going back into town from Morrison's.
Okay.
And I just saw them and they hit me with that truck.
And then they just...
Yeah, they took off. I went to go talk to them and see if they're okay.
Yeah.
But by that time, they started backing up and they just took off, and I didn't have a chance to find my glasses, and I was
Hit and run.
chasing them, trying to look.
When you were looking at who was driving?
Oldie but a goodie.
It's a skinny female. Yes, in the front of it. Thank you.
A female brunette?
Yeah. Tall, very slender.
Hi. Is there a lady that just came home?
Yeah.
Where's she at?
She's asleep right now.
Oh, white girl.
Bruiser!
She's asleep right now? Send your kid to life for
Interacting
you?
with the female officers knew that this was a clear case of DUI.
Who came home right now? Somebody came home right now? Yeah. She's sleeping. Wake her up.
I am.
Shorty wasn't ready for that job. You shouldn't have sent the kid to that one. The kid had there was no pushback. Yeah, she said, come on, tell him I'm sleeping. Where's the girl that came home? She's right there. She sleep. She was not ready. Not about that life.
Male officers.
They said, wake that ass up.
Where's she at?
That's hilarious.
Hi. Is there a lady that just came home?
Yeah.
Where is she at?
She's asleep right now.
Oh, wait, girl.
Bruiser! Let me go get him real quick.
Yeah, you better go get
Upon
Bruiser.
interacting with the female officers knew that this was a clear case of DUI.
Wake up.
Wake your ass up.
Girl, come here.
Sit up for a second.
I am. Come on.
You are
Yeah,
what?
You're a cup.
Sit up for a second.
No.
All right.
No.
Come on, man. Come on, I need you to sit up.
I'm
Stand up for a second.
Just sit up for us, okay?
sitting there.
Let the dog and go to your room now.
So what happened?
Get the dogs and go to your room now. Why? Because your sister done got in some shit. Now she getting peeled off the couch by the police.
Let the dog and go to your room now.
So what happened?
I didn't call you guys.
How much have you had to drink?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
You think, what, a 12-pack?
No.
Less?
I know, but I'm chilling.
Officers, may I ask why she being detained?
She was involved in a crash, and she came in here.
No,
and didn't
I
stop.
didn't.
What
I'm not.
crash?
What crash?
I didn't have a crash. I haven't left.
Okay, man. Stand up for a second.
I haven't left.
The female was already being uncooperative with the cops, and it was clear she would resist arrest, leading to additional charges.
You can cooperate or you cannot cooperate. Whatever you want to do, man, it's up to you.
I'm not doing anything.
Well, what the f is she involved
Okay.
in? A crash?
All right,
A crash?
They just told you, lady.
Stand up, man.
When?
Come on, man.
Stand up, man. Stand up.
Why?
Yeah, I need you to stand up. Thank you.
There you go.
Put your hands behind your back.
No.
Put your hands behind your back.
Charge upon charge upon charge. She's strong for a limp drunk.
Irma! I didn't do anything.
Oh, that's your mama?
Whose kid is it?
I need to know why you're barging him.
Ah, the mamas are drunk too? Is that the mama? I don't know their relationship. She's asking a lot of questions. But they're both lit.
My house.
Look at the authority figure.
You don't.
Irma! I didn't do anything.
What the f?
Whose kid is it?
I need to know why you're barging in my house and taking her for
Hey,
a crash.
What's your name?
So
I didn't.
What's your name?
Jacqueline?
Jacqueline what? You were involved in a crash.
I don't have to do that.
Did you not notice it or what
No,
happened?
I'm a lawyer.
didn't.
Look at this
I don't have
goofball.
to give you
I wasn't
any.
involved.
I'm sorry,
I
but
wasn't
you're a
involved.
sexy officer. But I don't have to give you.
Ah! First of all, her bags are sagging past the horizon line of that bikini top. All right? So there's a problem there. That's number one. Number two, now she's flirting with the cop. I don't know if she's the mom.
I don't have to give you.
This is classic shit going on right here. This is.
I don't have to do that.
Watch her look at the watch.
I'm a lawyer. I don't have to give you any.
Involved.
I'm sorry, but you're a sexy officer. But I don't have to give you any information. And any information that you try to take from me, I can.
So she just stuck herself and inserted herself in the entire process. Good for you. Good for you. You goof.
Okay.
All right.
That you try to take
Nobody asked her
any
for shit.
information. And
Nobody told her to shut up.
information that
Nothing.
you try to take from me, I can
Okay.
to my lawyer. So I want to know who she wrecked into. Nope.
You're not gonna. You want to go to jail for obstructing a police investigation?
Hell
You're
no.
gonna stay right there.
We're gonna
The
put a
other lady
t-shirt
was
on.
about to become aggressive toward the cops when her daughter finally took her inside the house.
So you guys can.
Aggressive toward the
The
cops.
mama. And look at
You're
that
gonna
poor
stay right
kid
there.
that gotta
You're not gonna- you wanna
open
go to-
the poor kid that gotta open the door for the police. The poor kid that gotta keep the adult from getting herself a charge. You know what I'm saying? The poor kid. A kid. Nobody's business. A lot of y'all don't need to have no babies, man.
Jail for obstructing.
A lot of y'all.
Okay.
To my lawyer. So I want to know who she wrecked into. Nope.
Stop
You're
it.
not gonna. You want to go to jail for obstructing a police investigation? Then you're gonna stay right there.
The other lady was about to become aggressive toward the cops when her daughter finally took her inside the house.
So you guys can walk into my house and do. David!
I'm not.
Call David!
Kids having to be the adult.
David, call him!
Stay in
Is this
here.
your mom?
Yes.
Okay.
And come on.
Kids having to be the
Can you
adults
take
for
your mom
drunk.
for a moment, okay? Ma'am, can you please go inside?
You're being detained at this time.
Should be embarrassed.
This is my house, Mom.
Your womb is
We'll talk to you in a
embarrassed.
second. You hang out in there.
Come back and move your career forward. Apply now at purdueglobal.edu.
Here's the straight truth from Aspen Dental. If you pay twice as much for clear aligners, your teeth...
Can you not arrest me?
Well, right now you're detained, okay? So you're not under arrest, you're just detained.
Please, I will tell you whatever I have to tell you. No.
Just sit down. Just sit down. Just sit down.
She gonna give him cases he don't
just
even
stand there so
want.
we can talk. Just stand.
Listen, I know where these guys do this and that.
Okay, just because you're being detained, you're not free to go. All right. You have the right to.
I
You have the right to an
know.
attorney. If you can't provide one, we'll provide
I
one. for you at
know,
no
but
cost,
you
okay?
said that I
Listen,
could tell you.
I know. And if you wish to talk to me, you can start talking to me at any time. Okay. That's all I'm telling you. I'm advising you of your Miranda rights. Okay. That's it.
Can I just go to bed?
Go to bed. Well, you were involved in the crash. What happened?
I didn't.
So what happened?
I didn't.
Don't beat around the bush.
My child-
Get the machine out right now, cause she's gonna talk circles. Have her do the line in the wedges. Have her mama come do the line.
is right there.
Yeah. And you know how to make wreck in the front?
I didn't. I didn't.
The female was acting completely unaware of her actions, which would only get her in more trouble.
So,
I don't have.
Where did you drink that?
I don't have that. Like, I came over here and I drank, but I didn't
You
use
didn't
my
drink here.
truck.
Where did you drink that?
I didn't drink.
It's the mom's friend. Maybe it's not the
I
daughter.
didn't drink.
You didn't drink?
Whenever I came over here, I didn't drink.
Not at all, huh?
I didn't have control over that.
Who was driving?
I don't know. Like, whenever I come over here, I put my keys on the table.
You don't remember what happened? Black out or what?
Whenever I don't know who was driving. Whenever I come here, I put the keys on the table. It's
No,
hilarious.
Where were you guys hanging out at?
Here.
In your bathing suit?
Here. Yeah.
Let me sit down for a moment. I'm going to talk to them, okay? We're going to talk to them and see what happened. Because obviously you have a scratch on your nose, you have a scratch on your hip. You were involved in an accident. But that's the story you want to give us, okay? Just sit down for a second and we'll come back talk to you. Okay? Just right there.
Okay. Right here with you?
Yeah, right here. Yeah, in the seat.
Have a seat.
I don't want to.
You're gonna have to.
You're gonna have to sit down.
Yeah.
The female was very reluctant.
She
and was
got
going to try to
ADHD.
avoid
She
sitting
can't.
in the police vehicle.
Can you
No,
do
I-
something about these?
Yeah, we want a minute.
I
We
have
want a
ADHD.
minute.
After we
We
talk
want
to
a
the
minute, I
other
promise.
No, I have ADHD.
That's fine. I understand. If you want to lay down, you
So
can lay down.
Okay, but
that's probably her excuse for everything. That's like Nori's dyslexia.
But I can't with ADHD.
You can't sit down with ADHD?
No,
It's a medical.
Well, let's try.
I can't.
Okay, let's try. We're gonna have to figure it out. You're gonna have to figure out one way or another. I know you can't, but we're gonna have to figure it out, okay? So either I can roll down this window slightly, so you can get some air, and I just need you to sit down and relax for a moment, okay? So we can finish our investigation. If that's the case, then I'm just gonna have to take you directly now.
The female finally complied.
There you go. Get in there and
Later, one of
sober
the
up.
officers noticed that she had somehow managed to slip out of her cuffs.
Yo.
What are you doing? Why are you in the cab of the unit? She's got in here. She was jumping in the front. She's messing with you guys' computer.
Yo. She slipped the cuffs, Billy the Kid style, and then jumped in the cab of the vehicle and started playing with their computer. Let me see. Is she still in the same back seat she was in? Yeah, she's in the same back seat. She was just leaning forward, I guess. That's
The
hilarious.
female finally complied. Later, one of the officers noticed that she had somehow managed to slip out of her cuffs.
What are you doing? Why are you in the cab of the unit?
She's a magician.
She's got in here. She was jumping in the front. She's messing with you guys.
That ADHD has nothing to do with her skills at slipping cuffs.
Here.
I didn't do anything to the computer.
Get out.
I didn't do anything.
Bruh, if you cuffed her in the back and she got out, she gonna get out in the front.
Come here. Probably still double locked.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's still good damage key. Yeah, I got it right here. She slipped him. I just looked over and she was inside your cab. Sit down. I need you to sit down, man. Get back in there.
Let's see if she does it again. This is Houdini. There she goes.
The female was transported to the police department where she became very uncooperative.
Hey, Jacqueline. You just step out.
Boom, kick him with a wedge.
So, you're under arrest for suspected DWI, okay? Do you want to do field sobriety test to see where you're at?
No.
No? Okay.
Alright, well, I need you to listen to me because I'm about to tell you something
No.
important. Okay?
I'm not.
You're under arrest for DWI.
No sobriety test.
That's cool.
The New Mexico Implied Consent Act requires
Yep.
you to submit to a breath
That's
test
cool.
to determine
Above
the
the
alcohol
law.
content of your blood. Okay.
Yep.
After you take our test, you have the right to choose an additional
Yep.
independent test.
Yep.
Opportunity
Not
to
going
arrange for a
to.
physician. I'm just reading this to you.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
Just-
And that's
just
fine.
listen.
That's fine. He's reading it, and I'm saying what I want.
I just need you to listen.
I'm
Don't even-
saying
you
what
can
I
just-
want. You
Good
guys
luck.
don't have any jurisdiction over that.
What?
You could just put me in a
The
pod.
cost of the additional test will be paid by the law enforcement agency.
I
Do you
really
agree?
don't give a.
Do you agree to the test?
Nope. No, I don't.
Okay. Well, I cannot force you to take our test, but if you refuse, you will lose your New Mexico driver's license.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Or non-resident
No,
operating
you
privilege for 1 year.
cannot.
If you are convicted in court driving under the influence, you may also have a greater sentence because you refuse to be tested. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you now
I
agree
know
to be
my
tested?
rights.
I know my
I know my
rights.
rights.
Do you agree to be tested?
You. Disrespectfully.
I consider your actions and refusal to be tested.
Okay.
She became verbally abusive towards the cops and started talking back.
Okay. That is against my rights. No, that's
She knows her
against
rights.
My rights.
No.
Everybody knows their rights,
I'm entitled to a phone call.
even if they don't know their rights.
No, I'm entitled to a phone call.
Alright, sit down for a moment.
And you think that you're.
Yo, people that do dumb shit and get popped off, they use the phone call and the I know my rights the same way the cops use threatening for ID. Like, it's like both of them are stupid and it ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It might work on some people. It ain't gonna work on most people.
Like, high and mighty?
No, I'm not gonna argue with you.
Yeah, you do. I'm entitled to a phone call.
You are, but not at this moment.
Yeah, I am. Entitled to a phone call. If you guys make me wait, I will shit on your service.
Shit on your service.
Job in jeopardy.
Is the cuffed?
Shitting on their service.
I'm not gonna put your job in jeopardy.
Is the cuff too tight?
It's hurting me.
I can't loosen it up because you're.
Cause you're a magician.
I can fit my finger.
That hand looks a little blue.
It's hurting me.
Okay, but see, I can fit my finger through there.
Okay, well, it's hurting me.
Nah, she's trying to Billy
Just
the
don't have
Kid
it,
them.
because like I said, this is
Back
I can
up.
fit my whole finger here, so that's not tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I need to go to sleep.
Well, we don't have anywhere for you to lay down. Put your head on the desk if you like.
Sleep.
The female was charged with the following offenses: aggravated DWI, driving with revoked license, immediate notice of accidents, open container in a motor vehicle, resisting arrest, proof of registration and insurance, following too closely in duty to give information and render aid. YouTube thinks you'll love the video on the screen.
She's popped. I wonder what she got. Did she stroll in front of the judge with her apologies and her sob stories? The mama almost got popped off. The little girl saved the mama. Unfortunately, the little girl shouldn't have had no place in any of that anyway, but the little girl rescued the mama from a bunch of charges. The mama was, if you try to get information from me, whatever information you get was not information I wanted to give you. Now, where are you going with her? Shut up, you drunk monkey. Go listen to your 12-year-old talk sense to you. Your poor 12-year-old that got to suffer your nonsense every day. Crazy.
Things are about to get
crazy shit. Poor kids. Where's the social worker to talk to that kid and say, I get it. My mama was a drunk too.
For hours.
All right,
or
what do we
even
got here?
Interrogation.
The fastest confessions from suspects. All right, we clocking them. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how many baconators it takes to get these people to rat on each other or themselves.
Interrogations can go on for hours or even days, but in some rare cases, interrogations can last just seconds.
Oh, that's Buddy that took off. Damn!
Oh, no.
Yeah,
From
wait.
accidentally confessing to escapes,
Gone.
These are 5 of the fastest police interrogations in history. Starting with Raymond Gates, demonstrating exactly how to head straight to prison in seconds. Raymond was brought in after police obtained footage of him assaulting a 17-year-old girl. Police had to prove that the girl never gave consent, which was difficult given that only some of the attack was caught on camera, but became a lot easier when Raymond almost instantly made a huge slip-up in the interrogation that put him dead to rights.
This girl came back to my house. She's telling me she wants to lose her virginity, man. She's ready to do it and everything. And then right a couple seconds before, and she's like, I don't know, and stuff like that. She's telling me, yes, everything's cool. She's cool with making out.
All right,
When she screamed, stop. Please don't do this. It hurts so much.
I was already inside of her at that point. I mean,
Bruh.
like the oh no, stop. I'm already like inside of her there, man. That's already.
Yo, you're a grapist, bro. All right, you could tell yourself all the bro nonsense you want. You know, she changed her mind.
Like that's when she's like, oh, it hurts. Which it hurts when a girl gets her virginity taken.
Yo.
And without even trying, the cops had everything they needed to convict him. So he was quickly found guilty and sentenced to 9 years in prison.
Under 10 minutes. Under 10 minutes. You know? Not that he shouldn't have, because he's a dirtbag anyway. But, 9 years, 9 minutes.
While Raymond's interview ended in under 10 minutes, Quantrell Schwarzlow did it even faster, with his interrogation ending in just seconds.
Bro, out the
but not in the
window.
way you'd think.
Yeah, we good with these cuffs? All right. All right.
Quantrell was brought in for strangling a girl and assault.
Listen, he knew when he walked through that door, that window was his opportunity. He barely looked at that table and considered even sitting down. He's on the run right now.
Her, a crime he clearly didn't want to be convicted of. Was brought in for strangling a girl and assaulting her,
Oh,
a
nice
crime
guy.
he clearly didn't want to be convicted of.
No hesitation, just boop. Gone.
Oh, no.
You in a movie, Popeyes. That cop didn't realize he was in a movie, and his Abagnale just got out the window.
Unfortunately for Quantrell, his handcuffs were a dead giveaway, and he was captured 4 hours later.
Dumbass.
While it's unknown exactly what happens to Quantrell after he was
Bruh.
captured.
This is the epitome of the SpongeBob SquarePants.
Strangling a
I'm
girl
out.
and assaulting her,
Right
a
here.
crime he clearly didn't want to be convicted of.
All right. I'm out. No way.
Oh, no.
Yeah, bro.
Unfortunately for Quantrell, his handcuffs were a dead giveaway, and he was captured 4 hours later. While it's unknown exactly what happens to Quantrell after, this clip will forever put him in the Interrogation Hall of Fame. However, Ricky Hawthorne took a much more straightforward approach to ending his interrogation, managing to confess in record time. Ricky was found covered in blood near the bodies of Lara Kuchar. In record time, more straightforward approach to ending his interrogation, managing to confess in record time. Ricky was found covered in blood near the bodies of Lara Kuchar and Tommy Skeens. Lara had clearly been assaulted. Ricky's DNA was also found at the scene, so police had no worries when bringing him in. Surprisingly though, Ricky would make it even easier for them.
She's like, come on, let's get this over with. Let me tell you what went down.
Hey, come on in.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, I did. I did.
You know what? Let's do this.
I did it, but I think somebody came behind me and finished it. Okay. Yeah, I did it.
So much for staying silent. However, Ricky is alleging that he wasn't actually the murderer. He just attacked the couple and assaulted Laura. It was someone else that finished the job. Even though the evidence was stacked against him, he still would have had a better chance of getting away with it if he just stayed silent.
There's 3 more people. I don't know.
And you know what?
They was living when I left, but I think somebody came in behind me and finished them off. I did beat the shit out of them, but it was somebody else. I left.
Despite his claims, it was determined that the couple died of the injuries inflicted by Ricky, and he was later found guilty of first and second-degree murder, as well as battery in the assault on Laura. But Jared Murray takes the cake for the most insane interrogation in history. Jared had shot his friend in the head during a car ride to Walmart for no other reason than to know what it felt like to kill someone.
Yo,
Jared
man, you never know when somebody woke up and that's the day. Unfortunately, so many stories of what was the reason? Was none. Dude just decided I wanted to see what it was going to be like today.
attempted to flee by hitchhiking to Canada, but was picked up by an officer after perfectly matching the perp's description. The officer took him into custody where a quick but truly chilling interview took place.
Okay, and what do you remember telling me?
In summation that I'm guilty, yes.
Of what?
Of murder.
Okay, and who did you murder?
Gennaro.
Okay, and how did you murder him?
With a gun. I shot him in the head twice.
Okay.
3 shots were fired, 1 missed.
Jared isn't hanging around here, and apparently had already confessed before he even made it to the station. But what's interesting about this interrogation isn't the speed at which he confessed, it's exactly why, as well as his general demeanor throughout the interview.
Okay. Jared, give me your full name.
Jared Lindrith Wayne Murray.
Okay, and what's your date of birth?
July the 20th, 1994.
And how did you guys hook up?
I went down to his dorm room and asked if I could be given a ride to Walmart in exchange for $20 gas money.
Okay. And did he agree to that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's a couple miles.
$20. $20 will come up, cost him his life because of some psycho. Now, all these red flags, all these people are out there. These people out there, and they don't have no recourse. They walking around like dude that went to the police station and told him, say it again. Call me mentor again and put him down. I need help. I want to talk to somebody. But who they going to talk to? Nobody to talk to. We ain't got no money. We send it to everybody else. We ain't got no money. We lace the pockets of politicians and their families for generation after generation because of backdoor, backroom deals that they've made that keeps them getting money for forever.
1.7 miles, sir.
1.7 miles.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so he took you to Walmart?
Yes, sir.
And
this dude
did
think
you
he's
both go
John
in?
Wick too.
No, we did not go in, sir.
Okay, and why not?
We pulled into the
ended it in the
lot, then I
parking
pulled
lot.
the weapon on him and demanded that he take me to Asher, Oklahoma, sir.
Okay, and why did all of a sudden did you decide that you needed to go to Asher?
I didn't.
Because I was planning to take him out into the country and kill him.
Jared lacks any form of empathy, remorse, or knowledge that what he's done is a bad thing. He merely expresses his actions as though they were fact, and in a later psychological assessment, it was determined this was because he had become delusional and believed that he was required to kill someone. If it's not clear by now, Jared was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, and delusions from this are likely what pushed him to kill Gennaro. But Jared is happy to provide us with even more detail surrounding his motive.
Okay. So you've been You've been planning this for 2 days?
He's 5 minutes in.
2 weeks, yes.
2 weeks.
But not with a selected individual, no.
And when did you get to the point where you knew it was going to be him?
That was 3 days prior to the incident.
And why him? Of all the kids in college here, why him?
I believed that he would have had the least impact, sir.
Impact of
Thinks he's
what?
Thanos.
I believed he didn't have many friends, or many close friends, I should rephrase. And as as he is going missing, his absence would be less notable.
Jared was, of course, charged with first-degree murder, but was eventually found not guilty by reason of insanity.
There it is.
Instead of receiving prison time, he would instead spend an indefinite amount of time in custody at a mental health facility where he would receive the treatment he should have had so much earlier. All three of these...
But what does the treatment lead to? Does the treatment lead to you trusting him in the world again? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I don't get it. You want to come back to the world. You want to get out the hospital. Maybe you got to serve some time. We got to see that you mean it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit.
These cases have been about criminals who confessed quickly, but there are many cases where the interrogation is almost instant, but for a very different reason. This 18-year-old suspect was brought in after allegedly hitting a cop with his car and was subsequently read his Miranda rights.
Being it is a criminal investigation, obviously you're not free to go because you have warrants for your arrest. I'm going to read your Miranda because it's very important you understand your rights. Okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you? Yes, sir. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now? Yes, sir. I'm sorry? Say what? Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You don't want to talk to me? I'm just calling mom. Okay, you can call your mom at the jail. All right.
At just 18 years old, this guy showed exactly how to act in a police interrogation,
That's it.
perfectly exercising his rights and truly outsmarting detectives. Assuming he wanted to land himself in prison for the rest of his life.
Hey.
Introducing Astapro Allergy.
Got nothing to
It starts
say.
working in 30
Lawyer.
minutes, while Flonase takes hours, so you can Astapro and go.
This is my
Lawyer.
heritage.
Food. Welcome to the familia.
If you want to lay down, you can.
Some of those dudes was in a hurry to get it popping. Get me out of here. Take me where I need to be. I did it. Somebody might have came after me, but I did it. I think it was me. Might have been me. I'm not sure. Hilarious. See what else we got here. Fastest arrest. Let's see
Arresting
what
a
the
suspect
fastest
usually
arrest
can
is.
take police hours. Arresting a suspect usually can take police hours. But what happens when criminals are arrested in just seconds?
That's Marshawn Lynch. I think that video of the orange hoodie is Marshawn Lynch. He had a long night. I like Marshawn.
Arresting a suspect usually can take police hours. But what happens when criminals
Yeah,
are
it is.
arrested in just seconds?
Buddy trashed himself.
From the worst bank robbery in history to children stealing cars for TikTok views, here are some of the most embarrassingly
Yeah, there
fast
it is.
arrests in police history.
Still
Starting with
cooking right
Antoine
there in that
Sims, who
picture.
called police complaining that his McDonald's fries were cold. But when police ran a check, they realized he was actually a wanted murderer on the run.
Okay, so to me, this falls in the same category. Falls in the same category as big time drug dealers that want to show off their money, that want to show off their cars, that want to open up the safe and let everybody see, right? I'm against that, right? It's annoying. You setting yourself up. It's the same thing. It's the same thing if you're hiding from a murder charge and you've been on the run, successfully on the run, and you get into a situation at McDonald's where your fries are cold and you create a situation that brings the police that you might have called, but you fighting a murder case, but you worried about you running from a murder case, but you worried about these french fries. You a fool. You a fool. You wanted to get caught. You were the dude returning to the scene of the crime. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit just don't make sense to me. I'm on the run for a murder. I don't want no problems with nobody. I want to be the most low key. Nobody needs to talk about me. Nobody needs to know where I'm at, what I'm doing, none of that. So, you a fool. Sims was charged in the murder of a woman in Johns Creek at Elisa Muratovich in 2018. Her body was found inside a burning car. Police were searching for 3 people in connection with her murder. Sims ran from police and was later captured by U.S. Marshals in Wisconsin. Because of his cold fries.
They realized who called police embarrassingly fast arrests in police history. Starting with Antoine Sims, who called police complaining that his McDonald's fries were cold. But when police ran a check, they realized he was actually a wanted murderer on the run.
Just asked him, can we get some fresh fries? Okay. He said, okay, the fries are not hot, touch the fries. I said, no, they're not hot. And at this point, you don't touch them, so, you know, yeah, can I just get a fresh set? I said, can I also get the receipt? That was 5 minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, sir, 5 minutes ago, I can run my store however I want to run my store. Okay.
So this dummy thought that just because you call the cops don't mean that they're not going to ID you and look you up and see what you got coming? Like, what you thought, you was immune because you made the call over these fries? You tweet.
He said, matter of fact, you can leave my property. Get off my property now.
After talking to the cop, the store manager tells him that he's happy to give him a refund as long as he never steps foot in his store again. But as the detective ran Antoine's name through the system, he discovered the last thing he expected on such a simple call.
Wanted person, caution, violence, armed and dangerous.
There was an arrest warrant out for murder on the very same guy that called the police in the first place.
Dumb ass. Look at him. Dumb ass. Cold McDonald's fries, Bentleys, billboards, babies. Like, we're doing too much. The world deserves it. The Joker was right. The world deserves a better class of criminal.
It turns out Antoine had been arrested after setting a car on fire with a woman still inside, but failed to show up to court to enter his final plea. Miraculously, though, he decided to lead the police right to him. All the cops had to do was take him down.
Come over here, I'm gonna have you sign this real quick.
I said, I'm not under arrest.
No, you're not. Fill this part out.
Can I see it, sir?
Yeah. Will you come over here, man?
No, I'm afraid of y'all, sir.
Why are you afraid?
He already feeling it.
Why are you doing that?
I know how to fill it out.
Why are you doing that?
I know how to fill it. Am I arrested?
Yeah.
Don't push me here.
Oh, cop ate it.
Why are you doing that? Yeah. Will you come over here, man?
No, I'm afraid
I'm
of
afraid
y'all.
of y'all.
3 years, sir.
Why are you doing that?
I know how to fill it out.
Why are you doing that?
I know how to fill it. Am I arrested?
Yeah.
Don't push me here.
And the cop eats it.
Car. Got him!
Got your dumb ass.
Contact, backside!
The officer managed to get in range of Antoine and stunned him, allowing them to apprehend him very easily and very quickly. Antoine was charged with murder, criminal trespass.
Cold fries. You wanted to be there. That's my only. You wanted to be there, dog. Cold fries. You gonna tell me that setting a car on fire with a woman and it done fell off your conscience so quick that some cold fries made you call the police when they told you to get your ass out of there? That's crazy.
And hindering law enforcement, and thrown in jail, ensuring he'd never be able to escape again. Antoine definitely was old enough to know better, but the suspects in this next case
What a fool. That's a fool right there. That's a fool right there. Cold fries. You're going to wish you had those cold fries. You're going to wish.
And hindering law enforcement.
Murder charge, criminal trespass, hindering the law.
And thrown in jail, ensuring he'd never be able to escape again. Antoine definitely was old enough to know better, but the suspects in this next case weren't even old enough to be in high school. On April 11th, 2022, police received reports of a car stolen from Bayshore Mall. An hour later, an officer spotted the vehicle and lit it up before it immediately floored it and a chase began.
They have 2 flat tires on the driver's side. They're going. Wrong lanes in the traffic again.
Began.
They have 2 flat tires on the driver's side. They're going wrong lanes in the traffic.
These kids are wilding. You already blew out the 2 tires.
Coming up to heavy traffic.
You're on the other side of the street.
All right, we are east on Bender. Back in pursuit. We're on the correct lanes of travel. East on Bender, approaching the parkway.
Earlier, the police managed to hit the vehicle with a stop stick, a device used to puncture the tires of a fleeing vehicle and slow it down. The officers managed to confirm it hit 2 of the car's tires, but the driver isn't slowing down, even after the car started to literally fall apart.
Their car is falling to pieces right now. They just lost their back tire and their back bumper. Coming up to a red
What is it,
light
Beamer?
at Bender.
Deteriorating Beamer?
nearly missed the vehicle, slid out of control.
Okay, they did the spinneroo. Time to go. They bailing.
The vehicle spins out right as a second patrol car converges on them, but the suspects ditch the car and flee on foot. In total, 7 people leave the car, but both officers decide to chase down the driver, who ran to the left.
We are running behind the 8. Northbound. Police! Stop! I'm releasing the dog! Driver.
Where's the dog at?
Male, red sweater.
Throughout the chase, though, officers radioed in the locations of other suspects, allowing more officers to try finding and arresting all 7 suspects.
7.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get down! Get down!
He ain't getting down. We're going to have to put him down. Listen here, man. Y'all out here in these Crocs. You can't fight in no Crocs. You can't run in no Crocs. You can't do none of it in no Crocs, man. They say, oh, the old head hating on the Crocs. Now I'm hating on your lack of being prepared with your dumb ass. Running in no Crocs. Outside in slippers and shit. Slides.
Obviously, this girl doesn't exactly look dressed for a high-speed pursuit. And as officers would quickly find out, she was just 13 years old. One by one, all 7 suspects from the car were quickly captured and arrested.
All 3, out! Let's go!
Despite the arrests not being instant, the cops did an incredible job at tracking, capturing, and arresting 7 separate suspects at once in record time. After they were all rounded up, it became clear that all the suspects were children under the age of 16, with the youngest being just 12. They also admitted that the entire reason for stealing a car and escaping the cops was for a TikTok challenge.
That's
It's
dumb
a miracle
shit.
These kids didn't injure
Social media got y'all. Y'all got it all fucked
themselves
up.
or anyone else on the road. Many people could have died if the driver had just simply fallen asleep at the wheel, just as professional football player Marshawn Lynch did.
That was a
Literally,
dumbass
asleep at the wheel or
segue.
anyone else on the road.
If he fall-
Many
if
people
he
could
fell
have died
asleep
if the
at the
driver
wheel.
had just simply fallen asleep at the wheel,
That
just
wouldn't
as
happen.
professional football player Marshawn Lynch
He
did.
pulled it over.
Literally.
Still sleeping?
Cops found Marshawn sleeping in his car that was in undrivable condition. The front side wheel had no rim or tire, and both the passenger side tires were about to fall off.
Nice car.
Officers could smell alcohol inside the vehicle, and given the state of both Marshawn and his car, had to assume that he'd been driving under the influence, had an accident, and fallen asleep at the wheel. However, the officers couldn't investigate any further if he didn't get out of the car, which Marshawn refused to do.
You're going to be charged with obstructing an investigation. That is a criminal offense, and you will go to jail. What kind of obstruction? Yeah, we're not going to.
What kind of
Not
obstruction?
different kinds. There's only one kind. Failing to obey a command by an officer or lawful order is obstructing. So this is your last chance. Step out of the vehicle for us.
Everything is understandable.
Okay.
Step out, please. All I'm asking is, why will I not be pulled out?
Why would I not be pulled out?
Go to get on your permit. Roll over. He does smell like alcohol. Oh, I do smell it. Yep.
At least Marshawn won't be charged with resisting arrest, as he probably went down easier than anyone ever shown on this channel. Tests showed Marshawn's blood alcohol level was twice the legal limit, and he's facing charges of DUI and driving an unregistered vehicle. Somehow, though, this bank
Look at
robber
this
managed
guy.
to go down even
Trashed
quicker.
himself.
The cops were so well prepared, he didn't even have a
Dumbass.
chance to resist. In July of 2023, Ohio police received a break-in alarm from a nearby bank. Upon arriving at the scene, there were no apparent signs of a break-in, but after looking a little closer, officers saw a flashlight beam shining through the ceiling. They positioned themselves where they thought he would try and
Yo.
escape from, and waited for him to come to them.
They foiled your plan. Right into the trash. He said, oh.
Get out of there. Hands behind your back.
As the robber fell through the ceiling, he was greeted by 2 officers pointing their weapons directly at him and fell directly into the trash.
Bruh, you would've made
Despite
it.
the severity of the crime, though, this robber was only arrested once and likely spent a long time in jail. Devin Whitmare, however, managed to get himself caught
So
a
y'all don't
total
know
of
who that was? That was some Scooby-Doo shit that went down right there. Landed right in the trash can.
24 times, with this being the fastest. On May 13th, a patrol officer found Devin hanging around some houses in his local area where he would try an unusual strategy to avoid another arrest.
Is it Whitmire? What's that? Devin? Tevin. Well, do you recognize me?
No, sir.
Do you have ID on you? Because I know you have a twin. Did you talk to somebody over across from Lee Garden about a couple days ago? 1837. No? Do you have ID on you?
Pulling the twin move.
Devin claimed to actually be his twin brother Tevin, but this did not fool officers for long, as his tattoos were a dead giveaway. So given he has a warrant out, the police tell him they're going to arrest him, something Devin wasn't happy about at all.
Okay, well, can y'all back up so I can get my gun off?
Where's your gun at?
Don't worry about what I'm saying.
No.
If y'all,
Relax. We're not gonna put the gun on.
No, that's what I'm telling you.
I know. Hey.
Bruh.
Hey, y'all weak as fuck. Oh, this is fun.
Put your hands behind your back.
Well, I mean, because he told them back up so I could get my gun out. Then they said, "Where's your gun?" And he said, "Fuck y'all. Y'all weak as fuck."
After a short struggle involving pushing and spitting, Devin was on the ground and handcuffed just a minute after being correctly identified as their suspect. Devin continued to struggle until he was placed into a patrol car, but it ultimately amounted to nothing other than adding an extra charge of resisting arrest to his already long list. By far the most dramatic and quick arrest, though, has to be that of Taylor Williams, who managed to turn such a simple request into something much more serious.
Y'all are racist as hell. Y'all didn't do shit.
Police were called to a house party over a trespassing investigation. This is where they met Taylor, who explained how after some
This looks like the same place that the Anything is Possible story happened, with the baby and the screaming sister and the friend, and everybody was drunk.
Agreements.
Not the baby.
The owner kicked her out.
Hell, y'all didn't do shit.
Police were called to a house party over a trespassing investigation. This is where they met Taylor, who explained how after some disagreements, the owner kicked her out of the party. This sounds like some regular teenage drama, but soon it became obvious exactly why she was asked to leave.
There was no fight that happened tonight?
No!
Okay. Monkey, did you go talk to the other security guard?
I don't care. The security guards are racist. I don't get no fuck what they saying. They gonna say shit against me because I don't live here.
Okay.
That Mexican ass bitch right there, I was trying to talk. I don't care.
I know, but here's the thing.
I don't care.
You don't want to be causing the scene with everyone.
I am because y'all not listening to me because y'all not gonna do nothing. Because the last time we got into an altercation, y'all didn't do nothing.
What am I doing right now?
After arguing with one police officer, she quickly leaves to start drama with more of the people at the event.
And here's the thing, she don't know that they're not going to do nothing, but she brings up the last time to kind of put it in she's trying to will them to not do nothing. It's not going to work, shorty.
Right now, the cops have no immediate reason to press charges. They just want her off the property so things can get back to normal. But when she comes back and refuses to calm down, they have to resort to more serious measures.
Y'all getting on the wrong people. Y'all trying to tell me I'm the bad guy. When you see him cursing me out, but he kept talking to me. But wasn't he calling me a bitch though? Okay, but then you need to ban him. Okay, because he called me a bitch. I don't get no. He's drunk. He's drunk. No, I'm trespassing. He's drunk, and I'm trespassing.
I can tell.
But they let me in that bitch with your drunk ass.
You're outside now.
Look at him.
Ma'am, I'm gonna explain the legal justification to you.
I don't
Security.
get no.
That's it.
Okay, but at the same time, they said that she was here first, and they kept letting her in and out.
None of that matters.
Y'all are racist as fuck, and I'm gonna tell. I don't get no fuck. Y'all are racist as hell. Because when I pressed charges, y'all didn't do shit. Y'all let them do
when
everything.
What? Because when you what?
As hell. Because when I pressed charges, y'all didn't do shit. Y'all let them do whatever they want to do. And y'all let them do coke in that bitch. You gonna arrest me then?
Okay. If you're refusing to leave, that's fine.
I'll leave.
Oh no. You tweet. Once you give them the I'm not leaving, they're there to take you and hog tie you.
The arrest itself didn't last long at all, but it was still enough time for Taylor to snag herself 2 counts of aggravated battery to a police officer.
You should have left a long time ago.
We tell the stories that matter most.
You're giving me a good
is a switch bike.
Get your cool ass.
This is a switch bike. No.
Interrogations can go on for hours or even days, but in some rare cases...
Those are some quick arrests. People that didn't, well, should have known better.
Arresting a suspect usually...
ridiculous shit. You got banned, you gotta go. What you gonna do, complain to the cops? They're gonna get you unbanned? No. And then once they tell you, if you don't leave, we're gonna lock you up. Well, you ain't leaving, it's a wrap. Let's see. When dirty cops are jailed for committing hideous crimes. I remember this kid. Damn, dog. That's that rookie shit.
Okay.
No, we did that. We gonna skip that one. The flipping the coin. We did that recently.
New this morning here, we just learned a former San Antonio police officer is now out of jail on bond. He's facing charges for shooting a teenager outside a local fast food restaurant.
And also new this morning, we're getting a first look at the officer's mugshot. Former officer, in fact. James Brennan was fired just over a week ago. Body camera video shows the officer unloading
opens
on
the
a car.
kid's door.
A 17-year-old
The kid's
Eric
eating a sandwich. He opens the kid's door. The kid's like, what the fuck is going on? Who's opening my door like this? Even if you see it's a cop, I don't know, maybe he thinks he's parked in the wrong spot. I don't know what happened. Maybe he got some weed, whatever. He panicked. There's no gun. He didn't see no gun. Dude didn't make himself known. He didn't say nothing. The cop, he just started busting that shorty. It's crazy.
Shows the officer unloading on a car as 17-year-old Eric Cantu drives away. Now the police chief says that shooting...
On October 2nd, 2022, a frightening incident took place in San Antonio, Texas. It all started when a rookie police officer named
He didn't throw his car at you. He didn't do shit. He just closed his door and in a panic or whatever it was, and you aired him out. Wow.
That shooting.
On October 2nd, 2022, a frightening incident took place in San Antonio, Texas. It all started when a rookie police officer named James Brennan made a significant mistake while attempting to confront a suspect on his own. Officer Brennan had only been on the force for 7 months, and the situation quickly escalated beyond his control. The incident occurred around 10:45 p.m. at a McDonald's in north central San Antonio. The police had received a call about a disturbance at the fast food restaurant, so Officer Brennan was dispatched to the scene. Here's where things took an unexpected turn. When Brennan arrived, he mistakenly believed that he had spotted a stolen car that had been involved in a getaway the day before. However, as it turns out, the car was not connected to the disturbance call.
This is what they don't understand. Everybody's human. Nobody's perfect. They're just people like me and you. Bro, when you get to shoot guns at me in a parking lot, it can't be mistaken. I gotta be the guy, dog. I gotta be the guy. And you be mad sure in your heart, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? But you're not. And you shooting at people that ain't got shit to do with shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't have no mistakes when you playing with people's lives. He get caught to a disturbance. He thought he saw a car that was stolen that was used in another crime. He run up on the kid. He opened the door. It's a scared 17-year-old eating the McChicken, and he starts busting at him.
Investigations later revealed that it was not actually stolen, even though its registration plates didn't match the vehicle.
It's the wrong house. We were supposed to raid a house a block away. We were supposed to raid the house next door. Nah, you got to get it right, stupid. Don't cry when you get shot at because you walked into my house. You know what I'm saying? Look at the poor dude that was sitting on his couch eating ice cream, and the cop walk in the wrong crib and smoke dude. What? Look at this shit. Now you got to be sure, bro.
As the car door remained open, Cantu made a sudden decision to reverse the vehicle and try to escape. According to Captain Elisa Campos's report of the incident, the open door struck Officer Brennan, causing him to step back.
Bruh, the open door didn't strike shit. I don't care what you say. You opened that door. If it struck you, that's your dumbass fault.
Instead of attempting to de-escalate the situation, causing him to Campos's report and to reverse the vehicle and try to escape. According to Captain Elisa Campos's report of the incident, the open door struck Officer Brennan, causing him to step back. Instead of attempting to de-escalate the situation, Officer Brennan chose to shoot at the vehicle while the young driver was pulling away in reverse.
Fuck that. Yo, that's some straight. That's some straight. I'm waiting for the door to touch me. As soon as it touched me, I'm gonna. You know what I mean? That dude was just waiting for that day. 7 months he waited for that moment. 7 months. He said, let me run up on Shorty right now before backup gets here. Open this door.
As the car door remained open, Cantu made a sudden decision to reverse the vehicle and try to escape. According to Captain Elisa Campos's report of the incident, the open door struck Officer Brennan, causing him to step back. Instead of attempting to de-escalate the situation, Officer Brennan chose to shoot at the vehicle while the young driver was pulling away in reverse. After the driver shifted gears, getting ready to escape, the officer fired at least 5 additional shots at the car.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Later, Cantu and his girlfriend, identified as Emily Pruello, were discovered 1 block away from the McDonald's parking lot. Subsequent police reports confirmed that Officer Brennan had violated his training and police procedures when he approached the car. The repercussions for Officer Brennan were severe. He was dismissed from the police force just a few days later, and a grand jury indicted him on 2 counts of aggravated assault by a public servant and 1 count of attempted murder. The first aggravated assault charge was for shooting Cantu, while the second was for firing in the direction of Cantu's female passenger, Emily Pruello. The attempted murder charge was related to the shooting of Cantu himself. If Brennan is found guilty, he could face a lengthy prison sentence.
You going to jail, dumbass.
Failure for one individual police officer. It had nothing to do with our policies. Policies did not allow that. Our training does not teach that. So this was a fail for one particular police officer. And here we are as a result of that fail.
Amid the serious accusations, Brennan's lawyer, Nico LaHood, expressed concern about a rush-to-judgment attitude. LaHood argued that Brennan's side of the story hadn't been fully heard yet and anticipated that more information would come to light, providing further clarity on the incident. As a result of being shot by Brennan, Cantu suffered injuries to his stomach, diaphragm, lungs, liver, bicep, and forearm.
17-year-old.
He had to be on life support for nearly 6 weeks.
On life support for sitting there eating a McChicken with his girlfriend. And this other dude thought he was a super cop. And then he turned into Murtaugh and just started busting all over.
Following the shooting, and he had to undergo a tracheotomy. In December, Cantu Jr. faced
17 years old, changed Shorty's life forever.
Additional complications that required him to be hospitalized again for a few days.
Look at this shit.
Cantu Jr.'s father, Eric Cantu, acknowledged that his son would need weeks, months, and even years of rehabilitation, but he showed great determination in his recovery. The family's attorney, Ben Crump, known for handling high-profile cases of police brutality, expressed relief at the indictments. He expressed gratitude for the overwhelming support the family received during Cantu Jr.'s fight for survival and their pursuit of justice. With the recent indictments, they feel they are one step closer to achieving the justice they seek. Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez stated, "Justice means making sure that man never works as a member of law enforcement, making sure that man never has a gun and a badge."
Anywhere
The
else?
criminal trial against Brennan commenced in June 2023. Courtney Brown and Christy Wilson.
So what was the outcome of that? Let's see his name. James Brennan. Let's see if I can find the final outcome of that case. James Brennan. Dumbass policeman. 8/21. Let's see. August 21st. Let's see what this says. He's still facing multiple charges. Facing multiple charges. But it doesn't. The charge of first-degree felony punishment between 5 years and life in prison. No, it's not saying if it's been finalized. Let me see. No. You got like February stories. October, that's 2022. That dude wildin', boy. Shorty eating his McChicken and get busted at like that. It's crazy. All right, we're gonna skip these
For
coin
the
flippers.
walk back to her own police.
We did this in another video. Skip the coin flip.
Police department to address would be removed from service.
San Francisco's police shooting 6 days ago led to an
Would be removed from service.
Shooting 6 days ago led to an angry confrontation tonight with San Francisco's police chief. Dozens packed a town hall meeting demanding answers about why an unarmed suspect was shot to death.
On December 1st, 2017, a new police officer named Chris Samayoa was on his 4th day of duty when he received a
It took him 4 days.
distressing call. The call reported an incident in San Francisco City's Potrero Hill neighborhood where a man identified as Keita O'Neill had allegedly assaulted a state lottery worker and stolen her government-issued minivan. The suspect had targeted a California state lottery van parked on 23rd Street in the 1800 block. As soon as the police were informed, they initiated a pursuit of O'Neill, who was driving the stolen van. The chase led them into the Alice Griffith public housing development near the intersection of Fitzgerald Avenue and Griffith Street. Eventually, O'Neill came to a realization that he couldn't continue driving, so he abandoned the still-rolling van, which crashed into a fence. He then tried to escape on foot and ran towards an approaching SFPD patrol car. Officer Samayoa was in the passenger seat of his training officer Edric Tollison's car and found himself in the middle of this intense moment, with other patrol cars surrounding O'Neill to block his escape route. As O'Neill moved closer to Officer Samayoa's direction, the officer took out his weapon and fired a shot through the passenger side window, hitting O'Neill and stopping him from further advancing.
The body camera footage released by the San Francisco Police Department late this evening shows the officer drawing his weapon while sitting in the passenger seat of his patrol car. Just as he arrives in front of 42-year-old Keontae O'Neill, the officer opens fire, killing O'Neill.
In a 25-second video, you can see the police officer sitting in the passenger seat of the patrol car. As the car turns the corner, the officer pulls out his gun. At the same time, Keita O'Neill's head can be seen outside the car. The officer fires a shot, breaking the glass of the passenger side window. After the incident, O'Neill was rushed to San Francisco General Hospital, but unfortunately, he was later pronounced dead. It's worth noting that O'Neill did not have any weapon on him at the time of the incident.
Mr. O'Neill then began to run towards the direction of the marked SFPD vehicle, while the van he drove continued to roll forward, striking the fence.
In the video, I'm not sure I see him running toward...
Well, you guys have the video, so I'm sure you're going to look at it frame by frame if you can do that. But look, the reason that we put the video out is for everybody to see what we have at this point.
3 months later,
Keep It Quilted means you keep it the best. Keep It Quilted means comfort that feels good and does good, with 5 million trees planted. For her, and for generations to come. Keep it quilted with Quilted Northern.
Later, Officer Samayoa faced the consequences of his actions that day. Police Chief William Bill Scott took the decision to terminate Samayoa from the police force, and he had the authority to do so as the officer was still in his probationary period. However, this decision sparked controversy and received a lot of criticism from the police union. Martin Halloran, the president of the San Francisco Police Officers Association, strongly objected to the chief's choice and accused him of being cowardly and politically motivated. Halloran firmly believed that Officer Samayoa had been fired, despite doing what he was trained to do. He pointed out that Samayoa was just a rookie officer on his 4th day of duty when he found himself in an incredibly stressful and challenging situation. According to Halloran, the firing was unnecessary and unjustified, and he defended the officer's actions during the incident.
This is murder. I mean, there's no other way to look at this, but it's murder. He should be in jail right now. Should not be laying dead dormant.
After a couple of years had passed, in 2020, San Francisco District Attorney Chesa Boudin made a statement emphasizing that police officers would not be above the law under his administration. True to his words, and to offer some comfort to the grieving family, Boudin decided to press charges against Officer Samayoa. The charges included voluntary manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, assault with a semi-automatic firearm, assault by a police officer, and discharge of a firearm with gross negligence. This was significant because it was the first time the district attorney's office pursued homicide charges against a law enforcement officer. In response to the charges, Tony Montoya, who succeeded Martin Halloran as the president of the San Francisco Police Officers Association, issued a statement. Montoya pledged to support Officer Samayoa and his family during this challenging time, ensuring that the officer's rights were respected, and he received a strong defense against the charges. Meanwhile, the victim's mother, Judy O'Neill, sought justice for her son's death by filing a civil rights lawsuit against the city of San Francisco in 2017. Civil rights attorney John Burris represented Judy O'Neill in the case, highlighting the devastating impact the fatal shooting had on her. The civil case was scheduled for trial in October 2021, but just before that date, the city of San Francisco chose to settle the lawsuit. The Board of Supervisors approved a settlement amounting to $2.5 million. Due to a medical crisis that left Judy physically and mentally compromised, her sister April Green was appointed as Keita O'Neill's guardian during the legal proceedings.
To me, it was an egregious shooting, and it's important for the community to have confidence in the district attorney's office that when shootings do occur, that they evaluate them and determine whether or not the conduct of the officer was appropriate or not. In this case, it clearly was not.
However, the situation took a disappointing turn when it came to holding Officer Samayoa accountable for his actions. The case became tangled in political complexities, and with a change in the district attorney's office, the charges against the officer were dropped. District Attorney Brooke Jenkins, who replaced Boudin, filed a motion to dismiss the case initiated by her predecessor in March 2023. Adding to the complexity, Attorney General Rob Bonta decided not to pursue the prosecution of the homicide charges against Samayoa. In a letter dated May 18th, Bonta expressed his belief that there wasn't enough evidence to prove the charges against Samayoa beyond a reasonable doubt. Consequently, San Francisco Superior Court Judge Loretta Georgi officially dismissed all charges against Officer Christopher Samayoa. I feel powerless. I'm really worried about the rest of our black and brown men who live in the Bayview area because this is a license to kill, expressed April Green, O'Neill's aunt, after her nephew's case was dismissed. She believes that this decision sets a dangerous precedent, giving officers a pass to use excuses to justify the killing of black and brown men. Back in 1995, Carol Shea, a 25-year-old police officer from the New York Police Department, made a decision that seemed profitable at first, but ended up costing her dearly. She posed for the cover of Playboy magazine with the title, NYPD Nude. In the photos, Shea was seen in a seductive pose while wearing her police uniform, with her shirt unbuttoned provocatively and her gun holstered to her side. Inside the magazine, there were more pictures of her posing nude and wearing skimpy police uniforms. For this one-time gig with the magazine, Shea received a substantial payment of $100,000. However, her actions soon drew the anger and disapproval of her entire police department.
It demeans the office. I mean, she represents the police department.
After Shea's actions came to light, an administrative trial was conducted to address the issue. She was charged with violating the department's regulations, as her behavior was deemed harmful to the department's image. The judge presiding over the trial stated that the Playboy feature she participated in depicted sex with a New York City cop, and as a consequence, recommended that she lose a month's pay and be placed on probation for a year. However, the police commissioner, William Bratton, strongly disagreed with the judge's recommendation. He believed that Shay was not suitable to remain a part of the police force and decided to terminate her employment. In his statement regarding the incident, Bratton emphasized that the reputation of the New York Police Department was not up for sale, and he was not willing to tolerate anyone who attempted to compromise it. The president of the Police Women's Endowment Association supported the commissioner's decision. On the other hand, Shay argued that the photo shoot she participated in was done during her off-duty time, and she believed that the department was infringing upon her constitutional right to free expression.
My attitude, if you don't agree with what I've done, I'm sorry. But fortunately, I'm entitled to do what I want. And I'm entitled to my opinion, you're entitled to yours.
She decided to take her case to court, hoping to challenge the decision made against her. However, in 1996, the court ruled against her, not supporting her suit. Playboy spokeswoman Diane Stefani also shared her perspective on Commissioner Bratton's decision. She believed that his judgment of Shay's actions might have been influenced by his personal feelings. Diane expressed that looking at pictures of beautiful women in the nude could be a positive and enjoyable experience, but she acknowledged that some people...
Sorry, had a call that I couldn't ignore. Whew. All right. Back at it. I missed it all.
People might feel uncomfortable with seeing the human body unclothed.
I'll go back to those eventually.
Another police officer
I'll go back to these at the end. I'll go back to these at the end so that whoever watched it already ain't got to suffer it again.
For 4 years, expressed her desire to continue her career despite the incident. She believed that her dismissal was undeserved and went through a period of feeling depressed, followed by anger. Following her termination from the police force, Shay pursued a career in acting. She landed a few roles, including one in a film called Silent Prey. Additionally, she made appearances on TV shows like New York Undercover and performed in an off-Broadway play called Grandma Sylvia's Funeral. Eventually, when she grew tired of the acting industry, she switched gears and pursued a career in real estate. Shay expressed her willingness to continue with real estate and, if the opportunity arises, consider acting again. A few years ago, there was a troubling incident involving police detective Tiffany Lipkovich from the Highland Park Police and her co-conspirator Amber Bellamy from the Detroit Police Department. The two officers were caught distributing heroin mixed with fentanyl, which is
That's drug dealing if you ask me. Fentanyl too? Under the jail.
Highly dangerous and illegal act that completely violates the principles of law enforcement. Complaints were lodged against them, leading to an official investigation. During the investigation, federal agents intercepted and recorded several phone calls between Lipkovich and a confidential informant discussing their drug transactions. In one of these calls, Lipkovich showed pictures of the substances they had to the informant. Bellamy was also heard explaining that some of the items were priced at $1.80 per gram, while others were $1.100 per gram. Lipkovich inquired about how they were cutting the drugs, to which the informant responded that they were using fentanyl, a highly potent and dangerous synthetic opioid.
It's the devil. It's the end-all be-all right there.
Lipkovich wasn't surprised by this answer and mentioned that Bellamy would be receiving a shipment of fentanyl from overseas. Later, the confidential informant ended up purchasing a combination of fentanyl and heroin weighing 45 grams from Bellamy. The informant then met with Lipkovich while she was still on duty and in uniform, and handed her $300 as compensation for facilitating the drug deal. This solid evidence led to the arrest of both Lipkovich and Bellamy. Lipkovich had been part of the department since 2011, but now she and Bellamy are facing severe consequences. They both pleaded guilty to the charges brought against them, and as a result, they each face a 40-year prison sentence. U.S. Attorney Ison, an acting special agent in charge of...
You're not going to be out here slinging this fentanyl and you're not going to get popped. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even understand it, man. That shit is just killing me.
The FBI's Detroit division, John B. Howhurst, jointly announced the case. They condemned drug trafficking and addiction.
If they always considered crack, a murder charge or that extreme, this fentanyl is 20, 30, 50 times crazier than that.
Stating that it has caused a crisis in our communities. something that law enforcement partners are acutely aware of. Eisen emphasized that it's an affront to the integrity of the good men
Salutes old soul, no bueno indeed.
and women in law enforcement, as well as the communities they serve, when a sworn officer betrays their oath in such a manner. Instead of upholding her duty to protect and serve, Lipkovich chose to endanger the community by participating in the distribution of a dangerous and deadly drug. Hauer stated that the FBI will continue working with local and federal partners to safeguard the community from those who seek to harm it. The FBI
Fentanyl killing everybody. All of these celebrities that you're seeing that's just falling off and just these unexplainable deaths. They like to party every now and then. Somebody put that murder powder in there. And that murder powder is just doing it up out there. Doing it up out there. Police doing fentanyl. It's crazy. Let's see. See what else I got to offer here. And the female, you remember her? Let me see, where is she?
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like these all new boneless chicken wings. Juicy all white meat chicken.
Shocking find. This is the this was the chick that got it on with the whole police force. The married chick. This let's see what this
Shocking findings of sexual misconduct rocked the Laverne Police Department. 5 officers and the police chief all fired.
One of those officers, Megan Hall, became the face of the scandal and the target of nationwide ridicule, and she's now filed a federal lawsuit.
I received harassing and threatening messages on my phone daily.
She's a victim now?
I felt like I had been terrorized.
Over the past few months, there has been a lot of buzz on the internet about a scandal
They're all trash. Look at them, all of them.
Involving Megan Hall, a 26-year-old police officer from Tennessee. Megan, who works as a rookie patrol officer in a small police department in Laverne, Tennessee, has gained unexpected fame, but not for the right reasons. So what exactly happened, and how has she become an overnight media sensation? Megan Hall, a 26-year-old woman from rural Tennessee, had a childhood that many would consider ideal. She had aspirations of becoming an actress, but life had different plans for her. Fate brought her together with Jedediah Hall, the son of a local pastor.
Look at this guy, the pastor's son, a PK, preacher's kid. Look at him. With his worst nightmare right next to him.
And they got married in 2018. Putting their acting dreams on hold, Megan made the decision to join the Laverne Police Department in her local community.
Megan Hall was 24 years old when she was hired as an officer here at the Laverne Police Department 2 years ago. Her plan was to have a career in law enforcement. She now knows that dream is likely over.
In the midst of all this, Megan's husband, Jed, found employment as a park ranger, and their outward appearances suggested a perfect life together. Their photos showcased radiant smiles and a deep love for each other. However, appearances can be deceiving.
Absolutely.
Recently, Megan disclosed that she and Jed were grappling with serious marital issues, which
Yeah, he wanted her to stop being a putana and be a preacher's wife.
Eventually triggered a chain of events.
Park ranger's
The
wife.
turmoil in their relationship led Megan to seek solace in her job. But unfortunately, she also became
How does she take solace?
involved in some questionable activities. She engaged in intimate encounters with her colleagues within the police department. The individuals implicated in these incidents were patrol officers Juan Lugo Perez, Lewis Powell, Detective Seneca Shields, and Sergeant Henry Ty McGowan. All of them, including Megan, were dismissed from their position.
Now, they were doing this on the job, I believe. Think that'll come up. Now, is it a problem if they were doing it away from the job? Probably not. She's allowed to do what she wants, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But if they did it on company time, that's a whole nother deal. You know what I'm saying? Preacher's kid got a lot to compete with over there. There's 4 dudes in uniform for her. I don't know how that went down.
Following the investigation, 3 other officers, Patrick Magliacco,
But if I recall correctly, he stood by her side and was like, "This is my woman." 3 more popped up, huh? Yeah. Park Ranger.
Larry Holiday and Gavin Showborough were suspended. Given the extent of their wild escapades, it was only a matter of time before the entire world would become aware of the situation.
You guys are going to pay me because I was sleeping with your
Like a
police
little Chucky doll. Chucky if it grew up.
officers. And I'm a woman, and I'm a piece of meat, and I'm hot, and I'm sexy. Said nobody ever but me and my lawyer.
However, what exactly triggered the sequence of events? It all began on December 12th, 2022, when the police department received a complaint. Surprisingly, it was the mayor of Laverne, Jason Cole, who discovered, through a whistleblower, that something deeply troubling was happening within the local police department. The mayor received information that Megan Hill, one of the officers, was engaged in multiple romantic relationships with her fellow colleagues.
Lack of better terms, is a sex scandal going on in this police department.
These relationships didn't just occur during the officers' personal time in hotels, motels, and boat parties, but also while they were supposed to be fulfilling their duty of serving and protecting the community.
I remember while interviewing for the position at Laverne Police Department, they described the environment as a family. However, while I was aspiring to protect my community, the Laverne Police Department was not protecting me.
The investigation into this scandal was conducted by Andrew Patton, the head of human resources at the Laverne Police Department, and it uncovered some astonishing revelations. Megan and Jed's relationship was far from ideal. Just before the scandal erupted, the couple was on the brink of divorce and attempting to resolve their problems. Prior to the scandal, Megan had even misled her colleagues in the department, making them believe that she and her husband had an open relationship. However, this turned out to be false information.
Hired as an officer here at the Laverne Police Department 2 years ago. Her plan was to have a career in law enforcement.
Just before joining the police force, Hall had a meeting with Officer McGowan at his house, who happened to be the original whistleblower who informed the mayor.
What?
Hall went to McGowan's place.
So why? Why did you blow the whistle on yourself and everybody else?
With her husband Jed, but things quickly escalated at her. Hall went at his house, who happened to be the original whistleblower who informed the mayor. Hall went to McGowan's place with her husband Jed, but things quickly escalated out of control. At McGowan's house, Hall and the officer's wife decided to play a game of strip Uno and ended up removing their clothes. Hall was attempting to convince her husband Jed to engage in a 3-way situation, but he strongly objected and was understandably upset by the whole situation.
So he let his wife play strip poker at Buddy's house. Yeah, man. This is a very Caucasian situation here.
Nevertheless, it was reported that Hall and McGowan engaged in kissing, and the officer even shared explicit pictures of himself with Hall. Interestingly, the whistleblower himself, McGowan, found himself in trouble. Despite the overwhelming evidence, McGowan denied having any affairs with Hall. Consequently, he was fired from his job for lying during the investigation. Another officer involved, Patrick Magliacco, admitted to having multiple encounters with Hall. He disclosed that after learning about Hall's open marriage, both he and his wife, Amy, engaged in intimate activities with the female police officer.
The whole town
During the
was in on it.
investigation, Magliacco revealed that he and his wife had been in an open relationship with Hall since the spring of 2022. This incident serves as yet another example of Hall attempting to involve her husband in activities he was not comfortable with. What actually happened was that Jedediah walked in on his wife, Megan, passionately kissing Amy. Once their secret was exposed, they attempted to involve
He needs to stop pretending there was secrets. There was no secrets. She was doing it in his face. He was looking at him like, punk, why you ain't getting involved over here?
Jedediah in a wife-swapping situation, but he adamantly refused, feeling uncomfortable and disturbed by the whole ordeal. It's understandable that anyone...
Those are not red flags, bro. Those are red moons, red suns, red skies, red streets, trees.
...would find such a proposition difficult to accept. However, the most outrageous events in this entire story occurred at a boathouse during Memorial Day. All the officers from the police department were invited to a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party hosted by an officer named Stats on his boat. The officers...
These guys are just upstanding citizens.
...brought their partners and even some of their children along. During the party, An incident unfolded where Magliocco forcefully poured vodka down Hall's throat while they were in the hot tub. It was at this moment that Hall suddenly decided to remove her top. According to another officer named Durham, Stats quickly intervened, preventing Hall from consuming more alcohol and discreetly covering her up to protect her.
Protect your own children that are running around that boat while y'all wilding out in the hot tub.
Durham and Stats claimed that they had never engaged in any inappropriate behavior with Hall. In a heavily intoxicated state, Hall even fell down a flight of stairs at the party before eventually having sexual relations with Magliocco. During the investigation, Magliocco expressed concerns about Megan's mental well-being. He disclosed to investigators that Hall had a strong inclination towards excessive drinking, and there was an instance when she drove home while under the influence after a party at his house. Magliocco also discussed Hall's tendency to express thoughts of self-harm and her statements about not wanting to be alone. According to the officer, Hall once pointed an empty gun at her own head and pulled the trigger, just to hear the sound it made. As Megan Hall's behavior unraveled, investigators discovered her involvement in steamy encounters with her superiors, particularly Sergeant Lewis Powell, who was also implicated by Magliocco. Magliocco informed investigators.
Each other out. So it took the one whistleblower, then they got the other dude and his wife. Then he ratted out the canine guy.
About Hall boasting to him about Powell's genitalia.
Crazy.
Megan disclosed to Magliocco that she had engaged in oral sex with Powell while on duty. Her affair with Powell lasted for months, with the sergeant developing a strong infatuation for Hall. However, Powell was not keen on taking the relationship further and made multiple attempts to end it. Megan shared in her subsequent interviews with investigators that Powell even threatened to commit suicide when she tried to break things off between them. Initially, Powell, who was married, vehemently denied having any involvement with Hall on several occasions. He attempted to shift the blame onto Hall, claiming that it was well known she had multiple partners. However, realizing that there was no way to avoid the truth, Powell eventually confessed. Another officer in the department, Detective Seneca Shields, initially denied any relationship with Hall as well. However, under continued pressure from investigators, Shields eventually admitted that they had engaged in oral sex in the department's weight room while they were supposed to be on duty. However, one affair that department's weight room.
Look, she getting snatched up.
While they were supposed to be on duty. However, one affair that Megan Hall didn't bother to conceal was her involvement with K-9 officer Larry Holliday. Megan openly admitted to the relationship during her initial interview. She stated that her interactions with Holliday occurred quite some time ago. When questioned by investigators about his relationship with Hall, Holliday mentioned that
quite some time ago you was only at the department.
He had once invited Hall and other officers to his home for a football watching session, which involved heavy drinking.
Right.
According to the report, there were discussions about a potential threesome involving Hall, Holliday, and Holliday's ex-partner. However, Holliday claims that nothing of that nature took place during the party. Subsequently, Holliday eventually confessed to engaging in sexual relations with Hall on multiple occasions, noting that they would meet in hotel rooms for their encounters. During the investigation, Hall initially denied having any inappropriate affairs with her colleagues in the department, except for Holliday. However, she did admit to sending explicit images to other officers while on duty, including Holliday, Magliocco, and Officer Showborough. The report
y'all playing on company time.
It also stated that she sent footprints.
The whistleblower was probably just jealous. Thought he was going to be the only one getting it, and the whole precinct got
pictures to Tim McGowan, claiming that he had a foot fetish and frequently requested such images from her. Additionally, her final affair was with Juan Lugo. Initially, Lugo denied any involvement in inappropriate acts with Hall.
You almost made it out, Lugo. You was the last of the last, man. All you had to do was hold out. But thirsty is thirsty. That whole precinct was thirsty.
However, when Hall confessed to their affair, Lugo was compelled to admit his participation. The two met at a hotel after partying all night with their fellow officers at a Go Fund USA event.
Hall concedes she participated under duress. She's not saying she was raped, but adds that the salacious details made public of sex on the job put her alone center stage and do not tell the whole story.
As a result of the extensive investigation into the scandal, it came as no surprise that Hall was dismissed from her position within the police department. Lugo, Powell, Shields, and McGowan face the same consequence due to their violations of police procedures and their dishonesty during the investigation. Holliday, on the other hand, was suspended from his position for being honest and forthcoming during the inquiry, alongside Magliacco and Showborough. The aftermath of this scandal and the subsequent terminations led to a significant loss of
led to an empty police department.
12% of the Laverne Police Department's total personnel. Following the incident, Hall
single-handedly, double-handedly, however she figured it out, got the whole 12% of the precinct.
Has recently spoken out and claimed that she felt subjected to sexual grooming by her superiors.
Of course.
This statement was made as part of a federal civil rights case that was filed. According to Hall's lawyer, Wesley Clark, she alleges that her peers took advantage of her and exploited her due to her struggles with mental health and her
she was there to be exploited. It seems like her mission was to be
troubled marriage.
Looked at as a piece of meat.
Her husband is all of the testimony you need to her wanting to be exploited. She's sitting here trying to get him involved. He don't want no part of it.
Be sexualized and exploited.
I know what most people are saying. You know, you could have said no. I get it. But my response to them is that I did say no.
As the case progresses, Burrell Chip Davis, the police chief of Laverne, has also been dismissed from his position. An independent investigator revealed that Davis was aware of Hall's involvement with her fellow officers, but instead of taking appropriate action, he attempted to further conceal the situation. However, amidst the turmoil, the true victim in this entire ordeal is Hall's husband.
Nah, he ain't no victim. He's a willing participant, a willing punk. He's
Jedediah. Despite the challenges he has faced, Jedediah is choosing to support his wife and work on resolving their marriage.
Right, so that ain't no victim. He's no hostage. That dude, he's got what is it? The Stockholm Syndrome.
Marital issues. Coffee County Sheriff Chad Parton, who is Jedediah's boss, expressed his admiration, saying, "I don't know how he's managing it. He's showing more strength than I have, but he's determined to salvage his marriage."
Who do you even turn to when the chief of police is sexually harassing you? How could I get justice when the entire system, including the chief, not only condoned such behavior, but participated in it? I was lost and I felt alone.
Yeah. All right. 12% of the police force in Laverne gone in one fell swoop because old girl was out there passing it out. And they were taking it. They dirtbags too. Doing it on company time, even worse. You probably, if you would have kept it quiet, discreet, you'd have probably kept your little thing going. But got a whistleblower. A whistleblower did the thing for you. All right, before I cut it off, I'm gonna go back and do those two. What is it? Number 3 and number 2 on this when dirty cops are jailed for committing hideous crimes, because I missed one because I had a call come in. Let's see where we at. This was the guy that was 4 days on the force, so I don't know nothing about it.
A town hall meeting demanding answers about why an unarmed suspect was shot to death.
On December 1st, 2017, a new police officer named Chris.
Also, hubby absolutely was a cuck and pretending not to be one and pretending not to want to be one. He just wanted to sit in the corner. Bruh, she tried everything to get Buddy involved. He didn't want no parts. So he could have bounced a long time ago, but he's still there. Even now, he's still there. I don't get it.
Chris Samayoa was on his 4th day of duty when he received a distressing call. The call reported an incident in San Francisco City's Potrero Hill neighborhood where a man, identified as Keita O'Neill, had allegedly assaulted a state lottery worker and stolen her government-issued minivan. The suspect had targeted a California state lottery van parked on 23rd Street in the 1800 block. As soon as the police were informed, they initiated a pursuit of O'Neill, who was driving the stolen van. The chase led them into the Alice Griffith public housing development near the intersection of Fitzgerald Avenue and Griffith Street. Eventually, O'Neill came to a realization that he couldn't continue driving, so he abandoned the still rolling van, which crashed into a fence. He then tried to escape on foot and ran towards an approaching SFPD patrol car. Officer Samayoa was in the passenger seat of his training officer Edric Tollison's car and found himself in the middle of this intense moment, with other patrol cars surrounding O'Neill to block his escape route. As O'Neill moved closer to Officer Samayoa's direction, the officer took out his weapon and fired a shot through the passenger side window, hitting O'Neill and stopping him from further advancing.
The body camera footage released by the San Francisco Police Department.
Did he see a gun? He didn't see no gun. He didn't see nothing. He just saw somebody running.
This evening shows the officer drawing his weapon while sitting in the passenger seat of his patrol car.
Trainer.
Just as he arrives in front of 42-year-old Keontae O'Neill, the officer opens fire, killing O'Neill.
In a 25-second video, you can see the police officer sitting in the passenger seat of the patrol car. As the car turns the corner, the officer pulls out his gun. At the same time, Keita O'Neill.
So many veteran officers on the scene, and it took the rookie to, I'm gonna do something. What'd you do, bruh?
His head can be seen outside the car. The officer fires a shot, breaking the glass of the passenger side window. After the incident, O'Neill was rushed to San Francisco General Hospital, but unfortunately, he was later pronounced dead. It's worth noting that O'Neill did not have any weapon on him at the time of the incident.
Mr. O'Neill then began to run towards the direction of the marked SFPD vehicle while the van he drove continued to roll forward, striking the fence.
In the video, I'm not sure I see him running toward...
Well, you guys have the video, so I'm sure you're going to look at it frame by frame if you can do that. But look, the reason that we put the video out is for everybody to see what we have at this point.
3 months later, Officer Samayoa faced the consequences of his actions that day. Police Chief William Bill Scott took the decision to terminate Samayoa from the police force, and he had the authority to do so as the officer was still in his probationary period.
Bruh.
However,
Day 4, you hopping out of the training position of the whip to just smoke somebody? How about you wait for the discretion of everybody else? You seen them running, well then do your protocol, bro. You see a gun? No. You see a knife? No. So then back up.
This decision sparked controversy and received a lot of criticism from the police union. Martin Halloran, the president of the San Francisco Police Officers Association, strongly objected to the chief's choice and accused him of being cowardly and politically motivated. Halloran firmly believed that Officer Samayoa had been fired, despite doing what he was trained to do. He pointed out that Samayoa was just a rookie officer on his 4th day of duty when he found himself in an incredibly stressful and challenging situation. According to Halloran, the firing was unnecessary and unjustified, and he defended the officer's actions during the incident.
This is murder. I mean, there's no other way to look at this, but it's murder. He should be in jail right now. Should not be laying dead dormant.
After a couple of years had passed, in 2020, San Francisco District Attorney Chesa Boudin made a statement emphasizing that police officers would not be above the law under his administration. True to his words, and to offer some comfort to the grieving family, Boudin decided to press charges against Officer Samayoa. The charges included voluntary manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, assault with a semi-automatic firearm, assault by a police officer, and discharge of a firearm with gross negligence. This was significant because it was the first time the district attorney's office pursued homicide charges against a law enforcement officer. In response to the charges, Tony Montoya, who succeeded Martin Halloran as the president of the San Francisco Police Officers Association, issued a statement. Montoya pledged to support Officer Samayoa and his family during this challenging time, ensuring that the officer's rights were respected, and he received a strong defense against the charges. Meanwhile, the victim's mother, Judy O'Neill, sought justice for her son's death by filing a civil rights lawsuit against the city of San Francisco in 2017. Civil rights attorney John Burris represented Judy O'Neill in the case, highlighting the devastating impact the fatal shooting had on her. The civil case was scheduled for trial in October 2021, but just before that date, the city of San Francisco chose to settle the lawsuit.
Sure they did.
The Board of Supervisors approved a settlement amounting to $2.5 million. Due to a medical crisis that left Judy physically and mentally compromised, her sister April Green was appointed as Keita O'Neill's guardian during the legal proceedings.
To me, it was an egregious shooting, and it's important for the community to have confidence in the district attorney's office that when shootings do occur, that they evaluate them and determine whether or not the conduct of the officer was appropriate or not. In this case, it clearly was not.
However,
in this case, he had his hammer out, ready to go, and let it fly. Out the training, he was on his training wheels.
The situation took a disappointing turn when it came to holding Officer Samayoa accountable for his actions. The case became tangled in political complexities, and with a change in the district attorney's office, the charges against the officer were dropped. District Attorney Brooke Jenkins, who replaced Boudin, filed a motion to dismiss the case initiated by her predecessor in March 2023. Adding to the complexity, Attorney General Rob Bonta decided not to pursue the prosecution of the homicide charges against Samayoa. In a letter dated May 18th, Bonta expressed his belief that there wasn't enough evidence to prove the charges against Samayoa beyond a reasonable doubt. Consequently, San Francisco Superior Court Judge Loretta Georgi officially dismissed all charges against Officer Christopher Samayoa.
Got away with murder.
I feel powerless. I'm really worried about the rest of our black and brown men who live in the Bayview area because this is a license to kill, expressed April Green, O'Neill's aunt, after her nephew's case was dismissed. She believes that this decision sets a dangerous precedent, giving officers a pass to use excuses to justify the killing of black and brown men. Back in 1995, Carol Shea, a 25-year-old police officer from the New York Police Department, made a decision that seemed profitable at first, but ended up costing her dearly. She posed for the cover of Playboy magazine with the title, NYPD Nude. In the photos, Shea was seen in a seductive pose while wearing her police uniform, with her shirt unbuttoned provocatively and her gun holstered to her side. Inside the magazine, there were more pictures of her posing nude and wearing skimpy police uniforms. For this one-time gig with the magazine, Shea received a substantial payment of $100,000. However, her actions soon drew the anger and disapproval of her entire police department.
She names the office. I mean, she represents the police department.
After Shea's actions came to light, an administrative trial was conducted to address the issue. She was charged with violating the department's regulations. As her
See, now, if OnlyFans was around back then, she'd have been all right. Old Soul, yes, it's crazy indeed. Buddy got away with murder. They protected dude all the way out the training wheels. This one here, if she'd have had an OnlyFans, she'd have been able to leave the police department and say, kick rocks. I'm gonna go be on OnlyFans with my NYPD uniform. But back then, 95, this says it was 95. 95 wasn't no OnlyFans, man. Shit. Wasn't no internet.
Behavior was deemed harmful to the department's image. The judge presiding over the trial stated that the Playboy feature she participated in,
what was the trial?
department's regulation was conducted to address the issue. She was charged with violating the department's regulations, as her behavior was deemed harmful to the department's image. The judge presiding over the trial...
It ain't like NYPD's image was any better than, or you know what I'm saying, holier than thou than old girl on some magazine.
Stated that the Playboy feature she participated in,
I'ma do Diallo, bitches,
depicted sex with a New York City cop, and as a consequence, recommended that she lose a month's pay and be placed on probation for as a Playboy feature she participated in, depicted sex with a New York City cop, and as a consequence, recommended that she lose a month's pay and be placed on probation for a year. However, the police commissioner, William Bratton, strongly disagreed with the judge's recommendation.
He liked the magazine.
He believed that Shea was not suitable to remain a part of the police force and decided to terminate her employment. In his statement regarding the incident, Bratton emphasized that the reputation of the New York Police Department was not up for sale, and he was not willing to tolerate anyone who attempted to compromise it. The president of the Police Women's Endowment Association supported the commissioner's decision. On the other hand, Shea argued that the photo shoot she participated in was done during her off-duty time, and she believed that the department was infringing upon her constitutional right to free expression.
My attitude, if you don't agree with what I've done, I'm sorry. But fortunately, I'm entitled to do what I want. And I'm entitled to my opinion. You're entitled to yours.
Same thing with the lady from the last story about that she balled the whole team. Also in the chat says, how many in the department stroked it to her is the question. I'm willing to say 99.9% of the ones that were in an uproar about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying all the frustrated ones, all the angry ones, the ones that wanted her job, they all enjoyed it in private. You know what I mean? But again, she says she's entitled to doing what she wants to do, same way the other girl was. You know what I'm saying? Her husband, on the other hand, you know, he's a Caucasian male, and, you know, he got what he got. You know what I mean? He didn't want no part of it. This one, she said her constitutional right is being violated.
She decided to take her case to court, hoping to challenge the decision made against her. However, in 1996, the court ruled against her, not supporting her suit. Playboy spokeswoman Diane Stefani also shared her perspective on Commissioner Bratton's decision. She believed that his judgment of Shay's actions might have been influenced by his personal feelings. Diane expressed that looking at pictures of beautiful women in the nude could be a positive and enjoyable experience, but she acknowledged that some people might feel uncomfortable with seeing the human body unclothed. Another police officer, who had been serving for 4 years, expressed her desire to continue her career despite the incident. She believed that her dismissal was undeserved and went through a period of feeling depressed, followed by anger. Following her termination from the police force,
acting wheeziness. It's just a typo.
Shay pursued a career in acting. She landed a few roles, including one in a film called Silent Prey. Additionally, she made appearances on TV shows like New York Undercover and performed in an off-Broadway play called Grandma Sylvia's Funeral. Eventually, when she grew tired of the acting industry, she switched gears and pursued a career in real estate. Shay expressed her willingness to continue with real estate and, if the opportunity arises, consider acting again.
They need to do like in 2025, they need to do like the 35-year, the 30-year, whatever anniversary, and put her back on the cover. Let's see what she's looking like. All right, man. With that said, I'm out of here. Appreciate you, old soul, as usual. Have a good night. To everybody coming in and out of here, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Go click on the video, send a video to a friend. Help me grow this channel. I'm trying to get this channel much larger than it is right now. And with that said, y'all have a good night. And I'll holla. Peace. Peace, brother.